Welcome back, everyone. I'm Matt, he's Andy.
Actually, you're Andy and I'm Matt.
Matt and Andy with...
Andy and Matt.
Welcome to Matt and Andy with Andy and Matt. I'm Matt and he's Andy, and why are you staring at me?
Because right before we went on, all I could hear was... in my earphones.
That sounds like a personal problem.
I guess you're right.
It is. I am right. Anyway, today we are back and we are talking about tropes. What is a trope, though?
I don't know. You have it written down on that piece of paper there. Why don't you tell them?
Well, I took notes because I'm not always so good on the upkeep. Why wouldn't you take notes?
Because, like, in high school, I never took notes and I just, like, got by.
Really?
Yeah.
I needed to take notes and I just didn't. And I did only just get by.
I really don't ever remember taking notes, to tell you the truth, and I still made the honor roll.
You lazy fuck.
I don't take notes now, and I still made the honor roll.
Anyway, moving right along here.
Welcome
Tropes.
to our podcast.
Yes, welcome back to our podcast.
Hold on. You always want to jump into what we're doing. You know we have to do the thing first, or our producer gets a hymen, or what's it? A hemorrhoid. There
No, an aneurysm.
That's the one. Somehow less bad than the first two. So yeah, hibyrd you can find our other podcasts floating around there, The Gas Station and Let's Try Something New. Matt, where can they listen to us besides the website?
Spotify or YouTube, actually.
Don't forget Apple iTunes, my man.
Okay, we're there, I think.
They got to get their bit.
Yeah, I guess they do.
Yeah.
Anywhere you feel like listening to us, we're probably there.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, we got a couple things going. We got some social medias. We got the Facebook for all of the podcasts. A couple of other things floating around, and we are in a new zone today. We're shooting on location at Senior Broughton's house.
What is up?
We just had a recent move of staff. We're actually going to be shooting in another location for the next couple of ones. So get ready for that switch up. Thanks for sticking with us so far. We've got, what, 8? Producer, how many episodes are there of Mwam?
8.
8? 1?
8. Probably like 8, 9.
No, I don't know. A train of them? Is that? Okay, so his answer to my question on how many was we're just going to keep chugging along. Not a real answer, but I think like 8, maybe?
I don't know.
I stopped counting. Well, there's a number around 10. 45? He's doing some mime stuff back there.
4,500 is what he's saying.
What's going on.
We're going to do 4,500 episodes.
And then explode on the 451st.
450. No, we're not doing 451.
Tropes.
Yeah. So, tropes.
A trope is like a stereotype in anime.
What's your definition?
My definition.
He wrote it down.
I wrote it down.
You did. Tell the people.
It's a gimmick or stereotype in an anime or a game is what I wrote.
Bam. You heard it here first, folks.
Now, when I say a stereotype or a gimmick, I mean something that jumps from one anime to another. It can be something that's in multiple. And the first one that I found that's pretty common. I actually have trouble pronouncing, so I'm gonna ask Andy to pronounce it for me.
Oh, okay. So here's the thing. I've never actually heard this word out loud before.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, I have. I know that when you say Japanese words in English, if there's a T at the front, sometimes you don't say it. So I pronounce it as Tsundere.
That sounds accurate.
I'm pretty sure someone's going to take a big, hot, steaming shit on my internet chest for saying that wrong.
Leave a comment on his metaphorical chest.
Don't at me with your shit tweets. I don't care. I don't even have a Twitter. Wait. Do I have a Twitter? Oh, yeah, that's where I follow all those porn
But
sites.
the Tsundere, as my companion has pronounced it,
I didn't say it like you just said it, but sure.
Is basically it's usually some kind of companion to the main character that's sweet or has a soft side, but is never showing that soft side to the main character. Like the one that wasn't on my list that Andy brought up to me was Winry Rockbell.
That was a good one. I was very surprised that was not on your short list. I figured that would have been the first one.
It should have been, because that wrench wielding bitch is so nice a person in reality.
We don't call Winry a bitch.
If she hits you with one, you would. If she hits you with a wrench, you would call her a bitch.
I don't think she could, because she's a 2D fantasy character.
If she hit you with a wrench, you would call her a bitch.
I don't know if I could. How hard she hit me with the wrench.
That's a very good point. That is also a very good point.
I don't know if I'd be able to speak ever again.
Maybe not.
But yeah, Winry.
Absolutely, an excellent example. Also, in the examples that I had listed here, Asuka from Evangelion, excellent example.
I don't know that one.
Did you watch Evangelion?
No.
She was this German bitchy person that was red hair, and she was over the top about so much of herself. Like she was.
Oh, is that like the redhead with the red suit and she looks like she's got a big mouth?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen it, but I've seen those images. I find it funny, though, that the Japanese know the Germans very well. We know what you did in the Second World War. I have a question about one.
I have an answer.
Did we watch Akame Got Killed together?
I don't believe we watched it together, but I did see it.
As
all
death?
of it. As death?
Would she be a tsundere? Because she just wants a husband, but god damn is she scary.
I feel like she's the opposite of that, because she would show her soft side to that one person.
Just to him.
Yeah. And then I feel like that's the opposite of a tsundere, because they often beat the crap out of the main character.
That's true. And she just put a collar on him and was like, all right, well, you're mine now. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Like after he won that tournament.
He was
and she's like, I own you. All
right.
I'm not going to argue with that.
All right, Cuba.
Okay. So the next trope I want to bring up is something that it's in a lot of anime. It's in a lot of games. What?
Miguel and Tulio.
Tulio and Miguel. Mighty and powerful gods.
Is that the next trope?
No. The next trope is actually invisible parents. You see, what
was bitch the trap? Oh, trope.
No, bitch is not the trope.
Tsundere. Well, I mean, tsundere, bitch is kind of the trope, actually.
Kind of, yeah.
So, to explain to our producer, because he has not seen nearly as much hentai as we have ever seen, a bird? Audience. Ska! To explain to our audience and to our producer who doesn't know what a tsundere is and hasn't watched nearly as many hours of hentai as me and Matt have.
Anime is the word. Anime is the word.
Yeah, that too. It's hentai and it's art. A tsundere is basically a mean, pretty girl. Typically in anime, they're going to have giant tits because that's just how that rolls.
That's a different trope that we'll get to later.
Yeah, sometimes these things get smashed together, but we'll get to super big mega titties in a minute. But yeah, they're just mean. Like if you're the protagonist and they like you, you get the shit kicked out of you. And they always seem to have some weird level of superhuman strength. Doesn't matter what it is. Like if it's a high school anime,
one punch and they're bouncing. You're bouncing off. No,
that girl, she could be like 2 feet tall in high school and weigh the same as a bird, and she'll punch you into space.
Absolutely. I understand. Genkai Yu Yu Hakusho.
No. More like Eight Gates of Pain, Naruto.
Kagome and Inuyasha.
Yeah, Sit Boy. Well, no, she wasn't really a tsundere. Sakura? Didn't you watch Full Metal Alchemist? Winry. Okay. She used to beat the shit out of him with the wrench all the time, but then they got married in the end. Yeah, that's a tsundere.
She showed all kinds of affection when she was actually fixing his arm.
Yeah, just overall mean on the defensive because she's like, I'm a strong woman. I don't have emotions. Bah!
Oh no, he's actually hurt. I have to care.
Yeah.
I appreciate the history lesson.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Misty from Pokemon?
Misty was just a bratty little... what a bitch.
I feel like that fits.
I don't think she was a tsundere. I think she was just a bitch. Because Did she? They never really pursued too many like romance angles, except for Brock being horny all the time.
He was kind of lecherous.
Anyone, if you had a vagina, he was like, "Hey, my name is Brock. I don't have eyes, and I make Pokemon's fuck. What's up?"
He really. That's awful when you put it that way.
Honestly, man, if a dude was like, "Hey, what's up? I ain't got eyes, and I make Pokemon's fuck," I'd be like, "All right, let's see what's up."
He did other things too.
Yeah, he made Pokemon food.
Yes,
And people food, but he never opened his eyes.
No. Which is all the more interesting. Can you imagine being able to do all that? You'd be a Pokemon trainer without opening your eyes, ever.
I mean, you just tell him to do stuff.
I guess if you had the right Pokemon, it wouldn't be that difficult.
So what's another trope before we go off into 45 minutes
The
of blind
invisible
Ash
parents
Ketchum?
trope.
Oh,
because
that's
how
one of
many
my
people
favorites.
don't have, how many important characters don't have parents? I actually listed a few on here, but I think that you could come up with someone more interesting. Can you name somebody right now?
I mean, the first one in my head's Naruto.
Absolutely. What was
No
the second
parents.
one on my list?
I you know what's really funny, because I was watching some random anime where like the kids like, oh, I live alone because my dad's always traveling and my mom died. And like, I'm like,
That's a High School of the Dead.
that's I think
I
one
think
of them?
that was the guy
Whatever. Who cares, right? Who gives a shit?
Koto Hirano.
Whatever his name is.
Well, he was actually named after the guy who made Hellsing.
I mean, I don't care about him because he didn't have gravity-defying titties.
Okay, like
Remember when he shot the sniper rifle? Oh no, remember he was fighting and Busujima was like dodging, and then like the bullet and her tits just went just right around the bullet.
Yeah.
So stupid. No, I don't remember what it was. I think it was like some kind of like slice of life fighty anime, but yeah, no parents to be seen. And then
the example that I came up with was Goku.
well, he had parents.
Really?
Yeah. Don't you meet his dad at a certain point?
The movie was a special.
Yeah,
where
but I
you
mean,
could
it's still
see him. It's in
canonical.
the past.
It's still canonical.
He never met him.
Yes, he did. That's like saying he didn't ever fight Brawly. Yeah, shut up. It's canonical. The only thing we don't accept as canon is that god-awful series I won't name out loud, but I do like Super Saiyan 4. Don't get me wrong. Dude, Super Saiyan 4 looks cool as hell.
Yeah.
That was the only good thing about that series.
What about Inuyasha?
I mean, did Inuyasha have parents? They had parents.
Yeah, they were not in the picture.
Well, I mean, yeah, because didn't Sesshomaru eat his dad or some crazy shit?
No. They mention it in the third movie. What happened to Inuyasha's parents?
Well, I mean, also too, like, why do I give a shit about like Janet and Mark Inuyasha sitting at home dusting when I'm learning about their demon dog son with a big ass wind sword?
Well, their demon dog son is their dad was a full blooded demon, and the mom wasn't a demon.
She was like
but
half a pancake.
that wind sword thing that he had was actually his daddy's tooth.
Yeah.
and his because it's
I don't give a shit about his parents.
Oh, okay.
The only reason I give a shit about Naruto's parents is because they were badass.
Okay.
And there was a bit about him, you know. Other than that, like, I'm watching the show for you. I don't care about Inuyasha's dad. Oh, cool, the sword of his tooth. That's all. That's it.
He was a big ass dog demon.
Oh no, like I haven't seen a million of those in my lifetime already.
You probably haven't.
How many times have you watched Hercules? Probably not as much as me, but I've seen plenty of demon dogs.
Okay. I guess.
Cerberus is a demon dog. Tell me he's not. Call you a liar.
So you've seen one a billion times.
I've seen a couple.
Oh wow!
I've seen
couple.
couple. How many have you seen, motherfucker?
Okay.
Coming at me like that?
We're gonna move on to kids saving the world because that's a constant
anime?
trope.
Every anime.
Shows like Yu-Gi-Oh or Digimon or.
I think that's like a whole power of youth thing in Japan because like I feel like in their culture they put a lot of pressure on like the youth to take on and like the wave of the future. Like, you know, the generation is going to be the future.
The power is yours. Like that.
What is that from?
That's Captain Planet.
Oh yeah, it's been a while. That Indian kid got the best power, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah, just shouting heart.
Yeah, but like
attack.
also he shoots his ring at animals and they're like, oh, I'm your friend. Yo, first 5 minutes of having that ring. What lion can I make my pal? And what can I get him to do for me? Yo, can you imagine an army of gorillas?
So you just enslave animals
No,
with it?
man, I'd make them my friends. I would open up a gym only for gorillas.
Tomato. If you're making them your friends by force with a ring,
I don't
that's
know if
kind
it's
of
by
enslaving
force.
them.
What if it's just the ring?
Goal of what can I get them to do for me?
Yeah,
Yes.
right. I mean, isn't that why you like have friends in the first place?
I have friends because I'm a nice person.
Yeah, but you're building a small army of people.
I am building a small army of people, but it's not that with that intention.
Listen.
I have the intention of joining their armies.
Listen, if I have like 15 friends who also happen to be like almost a ton gorilla, like, come on. You think I'm not going to be like, yo, Bobo, that guy called me an asshole, and then Bobo just snaps him in half like a glow stick?
That's not good.
That's amazing is what that is.
It's terrible.
And then I also opened a gym, so you're finally going to see what a gorilla is like at full power.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we've never seen a gorilla at max potential. They don't know how to lift.
Okay, so kids saving the world.
Yeah, that's like every single anime.
It's not every single anime.
Name one that it is not.
Trigun.
That he was like 20, 18. He was a kid.
He's not a kid.
He's a
not,
kid.
He is not. No, a kid is someone like in, for example.
Did you
I
feel
said-
like an adult at 20?
No.
So he's a kid.
Some people feel like adults at 14.
Yeah, and then those kids usually get shot.
Not always.
Yeah, like 9 times out of 10.
Not all of
They're
them.
like, I'm an adult, and then they just...
How many kids get killed in anime?
I've seen a couple. Attack on Titan, a lot of them get
Oh,
killed. A
that's
lot of them
awful.
get killed.
Attack on Titan is another one where kids have to save the world.
Well, yeah, because all the adults got eaten already. They're running out.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
cannon
terrifying.
I mean, I think that's just the classic anime trope is like the youth is the future. You know? Is that lemonade from before?
Yeah, that Italian.
Is it good?
Lemonade. It is
I gotta
pretty
get
good.
some of that. Yeah, man, like Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, Fairy Tail. Yo, I
listed Card Captor Sakura,
Card Captor Sakura, all the
Sailor Moon, Infinite Stratos,
yeah.
My Hero Academia.
Iron Blooded Orphans.
I didn't put Iron Blooded Orphans.
That's
I gotta
just
see
that's
that
just
one.
what I'm adding to.
How old are they in Fire Force?
They're like, I think they're like 16 to 18, depending. They're not like old, but they're not like babies.
It's not really like a saving the world thing, but I still want to
What,
put
Fire Force?
No, I want to put Sword Art Online in
Well,
this category. Do you think that would fit?
Well, okay, so hear me out. I would put that in the saving the world category because like he had to do that like 8 fucking times if you watch past season 1. He saved an ass load of people from like living forever in a cyberspace or like fading out into non-existence in a cyberspace.
Which would suck.
So that's like world level saving, I feel. Because like, okay, for instance, Goku, when he just like kicked the shit out of Frieza on Namek, it's just Namek. There was like 8 people there.
Left. 8 people left at that point.
Yeah. So like, meh. What's he really doing? Saving the grass? There weren't even any animals there.
There were hundreds of thousands of living creatures under the water. And we know because Bulma had to do battle with some of them.
Shh, we don't talk about the fish.
There were crabs too.
We don't talk about anything under the water is a fish.
You're what?
There's fish and then there's land people.
Vegeta was under the water for a while.
Okay, you know what I mean, asshole.
No, I don't.
Does Vegeta have gills?
He could.
I hate you.
What do I know about Saiyan biology?
Go to another trope. They were monkey men, not fishmen.
They could have been fishmen
I'm
too.
going to show you a fishman.
Speaking of Vegeta, I want to bring up ridiculous power scaling because that's a great trope, especially when we're talking about Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Like, okay, Goku started off. What was the like one of the first feat of awesome that he
Super
did was the first thing that he did was in front of Bulma. He like punched a log and it broke into like 13 different pieces of perfectly cut firewood that fell in line right in front of him.
Because it was a cartoon.
Yes, and that was pretty cool. But then he jumps to world-ending, like universe-ending power at this point right now.
Yeah. Well, also keep in mind, he trained with Master Roshi. He trained in the time chamber. He trained with King Popo. He trained on the Dragon Bridge. And Saiyans get stronger
Every
the more they
time.
get the shit kicked out of them. And Goku died like 4 times and came back.
They get the power boost every time they almost die. They shouldn't get one when they die.
Nah, man. I feel like if Goku claws his way back from the Nether, he deserves to get more power.
Shouldn't everybody deserve to get more power if they claw their way back from death?
No.
Why not?
Because Yamcha's a bitch.
Okay, Yamcha's a bitch, but he did come back.
Yeah, because they felt bad for him and no one else was dead. He was literally the last person to get revived because everybody is more useful than he is.
You know, I did notice that.
Yeah. And then,
Krillin.
They did not.
Krillin.
Well, Krillin's the strongest human
Krillin.
on Earth.
He is.
He is. But so I'm going to jump into this real quick because I have to get it out there for everyone to hear. You know what I have a fucking problem with?
What?
Dragon Ball Super, right? Really, really good. Absolutely loved it.
I haven't given as much attention to it as I really should.
Bro, you really got to.
I just got Hulu, and it's on Hulu
dude,
now.
after you catch up on My Hero, you gotta watch it.
I think I got 1 season left to catch up on for My Hero.
It's working again. I don't know why you had a problem.
I started watching it. I just started watching it on Hulu.
There you
I
go.
stole someone's Hulu.
So,
borrowed someone's Hulu.
Come get him. They were like getting everybody together for the Tournament of Power, right? And he heard about it. Yamcha heard about it, and he's like, "Oh, they're gonna come and get me any day."
Oh my god!
It was like 3 episodes worth of getting people, and they kept just peppering in like Yamcha, like training in the front yard and like making a dish and like looking out the window, and he's like, "They're gonna come get me, right?" And I'm like, "Why is this even here? Why did you have to make us feel bad for him?" You did this to him. You also made Gohan into a weenie.
They did, but they still included him in the Tournament of Power.
Yeah, and the sad thing is, too, like, if he would have just kept training with Master Roshi and became the badass he was supposed to be, because they were just like, oh, no, he's going to overshadow Goku. Gohan would have been the most powerful thing in the
Absolutely.
world. Oh, God,
definitely.
Yes. I'm so sad they did my boy dirty like that, because he was my favorite character.
Same.
Bastards. I want to go to the universe where Gohan became the main character. Fuck Goku.
I don't know. What if okay, so you go to this alternate universe, and that's a universe where Gohan got the story that he deserved, but Yamcha got more attention also.
I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that?
Because I feel like he wouldn't be as useless if he got more attention.
Okay.
You know.
He would need to grow as a character.
Yeah, they were like, let's make Yamcha not garbage. You know.
But that would take screen time away from people like Goku.
That's okay.
You think that's okay?
100%.
What about Vegeta?
Who cares?
I think Vegeta, he gets a lot of screen time.
He does, because he's like number 2 forever. He'll never be better than Goku.
That's too bad. He knows it. He knows it too.
He's playing second banana to someone with the IQ of a candy bracelet.
That's hilarious.
Goku's dumb as hell.
Unless it's about fighting.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even go near him. Oh, I'm on the same planet as Goku? Nah.
No, I surrender.
You know what's funny? They don't really talk about crime in that show, and I feel like there is no crime because, like, Goku's not enforcing any laws, but, like, I feel like everyone is afraid to do a major crime.
Well, Krillin's actually a cop.
I know, but Krillin's a cop, like, way later.
Yeah, he is.
Way later.
I know there's police.
Yeah, but, like, what are they doing?
They're
getting shot.
They're trying to deal with regular human criminals. I mean, there's a big difference when a Namekian decides power scaling. Remember?
Yeah.
Like I'm okay. So we've got the police force and we've got Cell.
Yeah. No, never mind. Okay. Here's a trope that you did not list that I saw, and I wanted to talk about this one.
Before we move on, I just want to bring up Gurren Lagann for the power scaling one. Absolutely relevant.
They did get stupidly strong.
No, I'm just gonna hurl galaxies at people.
You got to do what you got to fucking do, man.
Absolutely, and Bleach.
Yeah, he did get really strong, like, way too quick. Honestly, I didn't even watch Bleach after they got Ruki out of the Soul Society. I watched, like, 20 more episodes. I was like, wow, this is garbage. And then
I tried to, but for me, as far as I understood, it just became, he shouldn't be this strong.
But he is. Yeah, and then, like, he kept getting more shit.
It happened again and again and again. That's my understanding of it.
Yeah, they were like, oh, look, he's the god of death now. And you're just like, he's 19. What?
What trope are you talking about?
My trope is the trope. I don't even know what you would call the trope, but it's the I'm fighting this big bad evil guy. He is kicking my shit in, and I'm like halfway to dead. But then I go, I won't ever let my friends down, and suddenly I like gain superpower beyond that of his to beat the bad guy.
And I've
From
seen
the power of friendship.
well, sometimes it actually like in Yu Yu Hakusho they do this a lot, like a real lot. And they usually exemplify it with, oh, well, some kind of emotional barrier was broken through because somebody died, or he tapped into his life energy, so he'll probably die after this explosion of energy.
They always come up with something for it.
But it does happen a lot.
All the
and it's a
time.
great trope because it's one of those, it pushes that the good guy can win.
Oh, yeah, as long as you try hard enough, you will succeed, which is not true, kids. You can try as hard as you can and still fail, but that's okay. But, like, you know, I was always like, this doesn't make any sense. But then I got it when I was watching, spoiler alert for those of you who have not watched Naruto Shippuden in the year 2020. There's this later portion in the series where he's fighting Pain, and he's destroying I don't care if you haven't seen it.
Okay.
He's destroying the village, right? And Hinata goes in to help Naruto because he's just like pinned to the ground with a bunch of bars, and she's doing good.
I think I've seen that
you've
fight.
that.
She's like
doing
ripping
good.
them out of them.
But then she gets her ass beat, and Naruto's
just-
like, no, and then just go out of the bars, and I'm like, I felt that. I felt that. Like if I saw Alex get decked by some like freaking punk rock dude, like that
was
looked like
Pain, right?
Yeah, that looked like Pain. I would just be like, oh, I understand the anger. He just turns into the Nine Tails. He's just, fuck it. But yeah, that trope, the screaming, my friends, yada yada power.
You mentioned one before that I think is pretty relevant in anime.
Oh, we
and
forgot to talk about big boobs.
We did, and you know what? I actually can segue from that into the one that you mentioned because the big boob one it's purely fan service, and I didn't actually come up with any examples because I don't really need them. It does usually
only one,
and that's the fan service.
No. It only serves a purpose in one singular anime outside of fan service.
Do you mean which anime?
I think you know which one I'm talking about.
There's two I can think of.
There's
right
only
now.
but there's only one that I would ever think that's they actively use them in the anime to reload.
Because there's Grenadier.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
There's Kaijo.
Okay, yeah, but that's a fan service anime 100% all the way through to top to bottom.
And then there's DxD.
They don't use their tits for. Oh, you're talking about the power up. That doesn't count. They don't use them for anything. He uses them for something.
That I still want to count it.
It could have been anything else.
No, it couldn't.
No, it couldn't. Hey, all right, fine.
But from the big boob trope, I want to jump to the lecherous person trope, where someone they seem so interested in something that's naughty or sexy or whatever,
naughty. And then it's so funny to hear you say that word.
And then they get a nosebleed and fall over.
Yeah, like the guy. So like every anime where there's like a bunch of big titty girls, and the main guy's like, "God damn, I want a girlfriend. I gotta do something about this." And then a girl's like, "Hey, look, my tits." And then his nose bleeds so hard he rockets into the other town,
or he passes out.
Yeah,
or whatever.
It's like, dog, you talking mad game and you can't handle one nipple. What are you doing? Get out of here. I'll be the protagonist for your show. Fuck out of here.
And it does happen to the protagonist usually.
Oh my god, yeah. All the time. Like Rosario plus Vampire is one of my favorite ones because he's like, I'm just a guy. And I go to a monster school because my last name is Werewolf.
It's Wolf. It's just Wolf.
Yeah. And he's just like, oh no. And they're all like, yeah, let's fuck. And he's like, oh,
I'm gonna die.
I can't take it. It's what I want, but I can't handle it.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either, man. I don't know. We're Americans. We're just like, all right, yeah, cool tits. Yay. The little flag that says hip hooray. Little birthday hat.
Opie.
Yes. Yeah, we've all seen the milkmaid Dojin.
No, I mean like
in
One Punch Man, he wears a shirt that says Opie on it.
Yeah, because like, why wouldn't you?
I don't know.
You should wear one of those.
I don't have one.
You got huge tits though.
Oh, now I'm self-conscious.
Why? Because you want them to be bigger?
Can we stop talking about my tits?
No. You got any more tropes to talk about? No, I guess not.
Oh, you're killing me.
Yeah. So that's kind of the run through. Those are kind of the major tropes, I feel.
Well, yeah, but there's plenty that we didn't list, obviously. Yeah. And if you want to leave your favorite trope in the comments below, go for it.
I like how you're saying that to the people who are not going to listen to us in an audio clip on Facebook.
Hey.
We're going to make a post on our Facebook.
This is on YouTube also.
And yes, on YouTube. Make sure you
That's what I was referring to.
I keep forgetting we do video for this show because I'm like, this is a podcast.
Yeah, there's a camera right there.
I know, but I feel like Tyler just like likes to watch it when he's by himself. You know, he misses us and he's just like, I'll watch these two kooky kids. You know?
Aww.
Yeah. He's like the dad who didn't want to be a dad, but like begrudgingly is a dad, but loves the kids anyway. You know, like the dad who doesn't want the dog.
That's a trope.
Yeah, the grumpy dad who doesn't want the dog, but then the dog is his best friend. That's a trope.
Exactly.
It happens all the time. Dads out there who listen to our podcast, if your kid says, hey, I want this pet, get the pet, because at the end of the day,
it's going to be your best friend.
You get a new best friend, my man. Cat, dog, squirrel, giraffe, alligator, hamster, Saudi Arabian, whatever.
Why would you get a Saudi Arabian?
Weren't we talking about buying you a wife like 2 episodes ago?
Yeah, but I think that was like do they have mail order brides from Saudi Arabia?
You can get them anywhere.
Oh man.
I'd get you one at Dollar General.
Oh man, I gotta shop around.
Yeah, Dollar General brides are not the best.
I wouldn't think so.
Do you have a restriction on age limit? I get you 80-year-old for 50 cents. She'll give you a gummer.
Moving right along. That's
it. That's how we're going to end this episode, with me talking about a grandma blowjob.
I really don't want to end.
Thank you for coming to watch and listen to Matt and Andy with Andy and Matt. This is Matt and I'm Andy, and this has been the show.
Thanks for joining us.
What?
How was that?
Our producer's like, I didn't tell you to wrap up. We wrap up when I say we're done. He's just sitting in there in his fruit shirt going, yeah, you dumb assholes. We got like 20 minutes left of this SD card. You better fill it up. 35 more minutes? We're at 35 minutes right now? Is that what he's saying?
I'm not sure, but that's fine because I
don't have anything else to talk about.
Yeah, you do.
No, we're done. We did the exit. We had a snappy retort with our producer. I'm finished.
No, we're not.
If you want to fill up another 15 minutes, oh man, the cat scratched my tail.
Why are you looking at your wrist like you're wearing a watch?
Because a man can dream.
You can dream.
This is just going to be 20 minutes of us saying nothing. Back. Why are you looking at your wrist like you have a watch?
Because I wanted to be condescending to you.
You're an asshole. This is why mom doesn't fucking love you. Yeah, fucking cry on the air. Yeah, tear baby.
Okay. I feel better.
You're ridiculous.
It's my unique brand of charisma.
That's not charisma. We've had this conversation. Weeping in front of people is not charisma.
Why not? It doesn't.
Did you read the book I got you? How Not to Be a Weenie?
No, you didn't get me that book.
Yeah, I did. It's sitting on your nightstand.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I am gonna look, but it is not sitting there.
I feel like you're trying to stifle a burp or a cough right now because your eyes look so strained.
I actually was trying to stifle a burp. It'll come back.
I can't. I'm done. Have a good one, everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Toyota-thon, Merry Chrysler. Thanks for coming out and watching.
Happy Christmas, Hanukkah.
This is the end of the episode, regardless of what my producer says.
This
Kevin,
is the beginning. This is what it all comes down to.
All right. Well, in post, cue the theme music. I don't even remember it. And you know what the worst part is? It's my ringtone. No one calls me.
I'm going to call you.
Please don't.
We can hold it up to the thing.
Quick, Kevin. Quick, get ready for this. Here,
all right, I'm going to call him so that
we're going to play the outro for our episode.
Yes, we are.
Oh, wait, hold on. I got to turn back on my volumes.
You really should. Okay, where is... Oh, man, I can't find his number.
This is taking way too long.
It is taking too long. Okay, I'm calling him
All
now.
right,
It's
everybody
okay.
get ready for this,
We've
this
got
really
this.
bad feedback.
It's not ringing yet. Okay.
Everybody. Here it comes.
Did you wait for it?
It's taking a long time.
It-
Check
it-
us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Welcome back, everyone. I feel like we're making Tyler very angry right now, and I'm living for it.
I think that it's fine.
That's a Matt and Andy aneurysm for you.
Andy and I'm Matt.
Okay, that's all you get. It doesn't do the whole thing.
I never understood making your ringtone something that you like. Shouldn't it be something you don't like so you answer it quicker?
No, because sometimes I don't want to answer the phone, and I just let the ringtone go.
Okay.
We already did that. It's over. Goodbye, everyone. Get out. Go home.
I took the headphones off already. I can't hear.
You don't have to go home, but you gotta get the hell out of up in here.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes,
for
thank you
Matt and
for-
Andy with Andy and Matt.
I'm Matt. He's Andy.
I'm Matt.
No, I'm Matt.
I'm Matt.
I'm Matt.
No, you're not.
No, you be Andy. It sucks.
Yeah, and you think it's okay to be Matt?
Yeah, you're right. Damn. Oh man, we're the worst friends.
Yes, we are. I love
Don't
you,
you
man.
fucking touch me. Ugh, gross. Smells like salami.
Why do I smell like
Take a shower.
I did.
Take another one.
My soap and salami
Why
smell
are
like.
you hugging me so? You know, I have a bone to pick with you. I went into that bathroom and I took a monster poop earlier, right?
Yeah.
There's no soap in that bathroom. I had to walk all the way to the kitchen to wash my hands.
Yes, you did.
That was like 30 seconds. I had poop particles all over my hands.
Oh no!
Disrespect.
Really?
Yeah, there's soap in my bathroom.
There's soap in my bathroom too. You just did. There's just not soap in that bathroom.
I'm gonna fuck your face.
Wait till I get soap.
No. I want to make sure it's not.
Okay. So, what do you guys think?